Good evening, everyone. This is John Screaming Eamon here with Kevin Caputo from 10 Ton Devil. Kevin, how you doing tonight?
What's up? I'm doing good, John. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. What's up, crew?
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. How about describing your sound for anybody that's new to listening to you guys? Any new fans?
Describe my music. Yeah, industrial deathcore.
All
Pretty
right.
much that sums it up. Industrial deathcore. Right now, it changes when my mind changes, but it's
I
always going to be
gotcha.
extreme metal, some vein of extreme metal.
All right. So, who are your main influences for the industrial deathcore sound?
That's tough because I can't pick any. This is something. I know this sounds like all spiritual guru type shit, but this stuff comes to me from somewhere else. It comes from the
Okay.
universe, and it hits me. And whatever it hits me with needs to come out, and I'm just a conduit. And right now, what's coming out is industrial deathcore, and I'm okay with that. But if I had to pick some influences, I'm really influenced by Candiria. I've been influenced by Candiria,
Okay.
a band from Brooklyn. I've been influenced by them for the last 20 something years. And then there's another band from Long Island, New York called Car Bomb. I'm heavily influenced by them. I wouldn't say heavily influenced. I say these guys, they tilt me in a certain direction. They spark some kind of intensity in me.
I gotcha. So, as far as a little bit of your history of bands you've been in, because you've been in the business for quite a while, right?
Yeah, a long time. I would say close to 40 years. Um, quote unquote professional. If by professional you mean getting paid, yeah, about
Yeah.
40 years.
All right. Talk a little about
But
some of your history then.
so started out. I started out. Well, I'm originally a bassist. And there's a fairly legendary hardcore band from New York. If you're familiar with the Long Island hardcore scene up in New York, there was a
Yep.
band in the late 80s, early 90s called Disciplinary Action. And they had asked me
Yep.
to join the band as a bassist when they got rid of their first bassist. And I played the Super Bowl of hardcore with them, a couple of other shows. And I did the recording for this infamous, it's called the 7-inch. It's a four-song album, some four-song out EP from some label back then in France, and it was a big underground hit. So I did that, and then uh, be honest with you, I went to prison. They kicked me out of the band because I had an addiction, and I wound up going to
It
prison.
happens.
And when I was in prison, I said to myself, I'm going to start another band. And I taught myself how to play guitar, and I started a band called Soul Sick, and that took off. This was in 1996. By 97, we were either touring or opening up for bands like Suicidal Tendencies, Madball, Hatebreed, Meshuggah, Candiria. I mean, any fucking band you could think of, except the big four.
Yeah.
We were on a booking agency called 718 Records, and they controlled the whole East Coast of metal. And it was in our contract. If these bands came to New York, Soulsick had to open. So we did that.
Okay.
That fell apart because I relapsed with the addiction. Then I stayed quiet for 10 years. And then in about 2009, I started a project called Stereo Assassin, which was metal and drum and bass. And shit took off, man. Really took off. I did that to about 2019, called it quits, started this little project called Cruel Twisted Smile. For some reason, it was catching on. I just wasn't feeling it. And then this year I started 10 Ton Devil. And I'll just let your fans know, it's not a band. It's just me. I play all the instruments. I do all the programming, everything like that. I can't deal with bands anymore at my age because it's like being married to four angry fucking wives. And everybody's got an opinion, and I can't deal with it no more.
So,
Is the
do you
question
do
all
you
right or
play?
no?
Yeah. is there any chance you're playing shows then? Like, do you have the music in the background and you're
No,
up there?
no,
Or?
nah, man, my show days are over. I don't have it in
Okay.
me, and logistically, to play this kind of music with the electronic shit going on, it would be too hard and too difficult. Nah, this is just a studio project, and that's just the way it's going to stay. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I wouldn't
Um,
start something else on the side with some cats if I ran into them, but right now this is a studio project.
all right. Um, so new music, write new music all the time, or are you just when it hits you?
Yeah, I'm writing new music all the time. I literally got about 34. I have 2 or 3 singles. I released my first single in January, and I released the second single. I have about 3 singles and a 5 song EP, and I have about
Okay.
30, 40, maybe 50 songs in the pocket ready to go.
Oh, oh,
A lot
talk
of
about the
songs.
EP.
I wake up, I got the studio in my house. I got everything in my house. I wake up, I start recording. I go until I fall asleep. That's it. That's
Yeah.
basically all I do.
And talk about the EP.
Okay, the EP is Seasons of Sorrow. Um, the opening song is FAFO. Fuck around, find out. Everybody knows what that
Yep.
means. And
Yep.
I would imagine that if you've done any research, I'm pretty anti-liberal and anti left wing, and a lot of my music reflects that. And Fapo is just about beating down some Antifa dudes, basically, with some
Okay.
heavy industrial deathcore music behind it.
And what about
It's got a
Coffin
great
Scratcher?
sing
That
along in it too. What's what's that?
Coffin Scratcher really jumped out at me. The
Coffin
vibe was,
scratcher, yeah, man. That is really a metaphor for addiction. It's about a guy
yeah,
trapped in a coffin and he can't fucking get out. Just like addiction, you get trapped in that cycle of addiction and disease from drugs. You can't get out, and you feel like you're suffocating in a coffin. So that's the story behind Coffin Scratcher.
all right. And then what about Centurion?
Centurion. I've always been fascinated with the Romans, especially since my
Yeah.
Italian heritage, and I just thought it's just a badass sounding name, Centurion. It,
Oh
it,
yeah.
it, it commands respect. And I said, that's got to be the name of a song. So I literally just wrote a song about Roman soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
pretty simple stuff there. Just I like the ancient Rome. I like the Roman army. It fascinates me, so I wrote a song about it.
okay. And what about Tooth and Tongue? That one was another one that really stood out.
Yeah, Tooth and Tongue, I would call it more progressive metal and definitely more
Yeah.
degent. Somewhat Centaurian is along those lines as well, but not Tooth and Tongue is way more progressive metal. A lot of that was done with MIDI programming because
Okay.
some of that shit is I don't have the skills to fucking play that on guitar. I started it out on the guitar, and I got the blueprints down, and then I just composed everything through MIDI. Now I don't know if your fans are familiar with what MIDI is, but MIDI is so there's programs called shreddage, and it's a guitar program, and you really literally can't tell the difference, and you play it on the keyboards note for note. And today it's so sophisticated you can't tell if it's a guitar or not, and it takes a
Yeah.
lot of tiny manipulation, and it's very time consuming and very tedious work. But I love the way Tooth and Tongue came out. I mean, that thing took about 3 months to get together. It was a pain in the fucking ass, but it was worth it, man. It's a good song.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good song. Um,
Thank you.
what's this? What is the scene like in North Carolina? Like,
So I'm a transplant. I'm from Brooklyn. I was raised on Long Island. I bought my house down here about 7.5 years ago. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. Not much of a
okay,
metal scene. There's one club down here called Reggie's, and I have a Facebook. I follow them on Facebook, and they always make these big announcements. And there's bands I never fucking heard of before. And they're supposed to be like death metal. I'm assuming they're death metal bands. You know it's a death metal band when you look at the text and you can't figure out what the fucking text says. Because it's all that
Yeah.
scribbly stuff that death metal bands are into. I've never been into
Yeah.
the place. Um, Literally, that's the only place that plays heavy music. Gotta be honest with you, man. Makes me sad and makes me sick. Fucking country music everywhere you go down here. Country and
Yeah.
rap. It's disgusting, bro.
So COVID pretty much killed the metal scene down there.
Well, there was no metal scene in Wilmington. There is a big metal
Okay.
scene in Raleigh and Charlotte. I
Yep.
just got a message today from Spotify because I follow them. Slaughter to Prevail is playing
Yeah.
in Raleigh very soon. Tickets were like
Okay.
$180 for 2 tickets, so I didn't really look at it too long. It's a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
But
So
there's a big scene in Raleigh and Charlotte, but those are about 3 hours away from me. You know, I'm by the
okay.
ocean here. Wilmington, not much of a metal scene at all, bro. To be honest with you.
Yeah. And so what's your take on the use of AI in music?
So I knew through the years I've been asked to do a lot of podcasts and magazine interviews and everything. So I knew that at some point when I heard about AI, that somebody was going to ask me my opinion on it, and this is my opinion on it. If you're some fucking kid who doesn't know how to play an instrument and you're just speaking it to write me this or write me that, apparently you could do that. I mean, no, that's a horrible idea. But on the
Yeah.
other hand, if you're an accomplished listen, they used to back. I'm an old man, right? I remember Drummer magazine, big magazine for drummers, 1980 came out that the drum machine was going to put all drummers out of business. It was the most hated thing in the world, the drum machine,
Yep.
and it's a very acceptable form of recording and musical instrumentation now. The same thing with the
Yeah.
sampler. People hated the sampler. Everybody
Yep.
samples nowadays. So at some point, I feel like AI, there's always a kickback when something new comes on the scene. But at some
Yeah.
point, it's just going to be respected like the sampler and like the drum machine. People don't like change, but when they see what they can do with it, I embrace all forms of technology, MIDI, sampling, anything I can get my hands on that'll make the song sound better, including actually playing guitar, actually playing bass. The only thing that I never play live is drums because I just cannot play drums at all. So
Okay.
I literally put my keyboard is right here. I program the beats myself. I play them myself with my fingers. And it's not easy
Okay.
doing that either.
No, I can't
But
imagine.
yeah, so as far as AI goes, yeah, there's going to be a lot of kick. I don't care either way. I haven't heard anything that's like, man, this is horrible because metalheads are metalheads. They got skill. A lot of these guys got skill, and if they're using it and they already got skill, you're not even going to be able to tell the difference. So I don't care if anybody's using any kind of technology as long as the music's good. It doesn't matter to me. But
Okay.
again, if you're
Yeah.
just like some creeper troll in your room and you tell the computer make some fucking song and you post it and it gets a million hits, yeah, I kind of want to beat the shit out of you.
With the 10-ton devil.
Right, right.
So with that, your opinion on the industry as a whole. How hard is it for musicians to get a foothold nowadays with
Oh,
all
it's
the technology?
impossible. It's impossible. You'll never make money. I've been doing solo projects from Stereo Assassin to Cruel Twisted Smile to 10 Ton Devil since 2009. So that's what, 17 years? The total
Yeah.
that I've made is $4,000. The amount of money I've spent on approach on promoting it, probably
Yeah.
close to $10,000. If you're getting into the metal scene for money, you're a fucking idiot. It's never going to happen.
It's got to be
And
a passion.
nobody does metal to make money. We do metal because it's in our hearts, it's in our souls. That's what makes metalheads different. We're smarter, we're more intelligent, we appreciate things more, and we're more realistic and we think deeper. So nobody's doing metal to get rich. We're doing metal because it's a calling.
Yeah.
Yup.
It's a passion. Yep.
Exactly. It's a passion. Listen, if I want to stop doing music today, it's not up to me. The universe tells me when I'm done, and it never lets me be done. I'm just a conduit, John. I'm just a conduit for the music. I wish I could claim, man, I wrote all this shit, and I do have some hand in creating this stuff, but mostly it comes from the universe. It just says, here, man, we got this idea, and we pick you to put it out. And that's the way it works for me.
All right. Well,
And I know that sounds like what's that?
No, go ahead. Finish.
No, I know that sounds real hippie, trippy, and spiritual, but it's the God's honest truth, bro. I'm just a
Well,
conduit.
where can people find all your music?
Anywhere, Spotify. Hopefully, you'll go to Spotify. 10 Ton Devil, not the number 10. Spell out the whole word. 10 Ton Devil, TEN. And you'll follow me. It's so hard in this day and age as beginner metal project, band, anything you wanted to get any fucking traction because there's so many people doing it. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of good music out there. So why does anybody want to pay attention to you? I'll tell you, you got to be good at promoting and you got to have money to invest in promoting. And even then, it's a 50-50 chance. It's an uphill battle. But
Yeah.
if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook, 10 Ton Devil, on TikTok, the Mighty Caputo. You can follow me on Instagram, the Mighty Caputo. You can follow 10 Ton Devil on Facebook. What else we got? You know, all the biggies. YouTube, my YouTube 10 Ton Devil channel just did 4 videos, just hit 55,000 views. I think I got
Yep.
850 subscribers since January. So, but the big one, it's on Apple, iTunes, all those places. But the biggest one would be Spotify. I'm also on Bandcamp as well. I'll tell you
Okay.
this. I'm on SoundCloud too, John. But on SoundCloud, there's 2 songs that are free songs that you can't get anywhere else, and they're heavy as fuck. One's called Skull Fuck, and the other one's called, geez, what is the other one called? Hollywood Blood. You can also find a Hollywood Blood video on my YouTube channel, 10 Ton Devil. You can't get them anywhere else. They're on Spotify only. I mean, SoundCloud only.
Okay. Um, when you got any plans to release any music soon?
Yeah. I got a lighter song that just came together and it just I did a heavy version and then I did a lighter version. I mean, it's not light. It's kind of like an Incubus type thing. Little more
Okay.
emotional, not as abrasive. It's a really good song though. You know what I would call it? I would call it girl metal. The girls will like it. You know what I mean? It's more sung, it's
Okay.
not screamed. So that'll be coming out. I'm not even sure when that'll be coming out. Probably at the end of the summer. To be honest with you, it's all based on how much money I spend on promoting, and I spent a lot of
I
money on
gotcha.
promoting these last few releases. So I gotta build up my bank account again before I do any kind of other releases. The
I
song is
hear you.
called "There's Nothing I Won't Do." It's about a broken heart, you know, like most songs are, but it's good. It's heavy, but not too heavy.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, it was a pleasure having you here today.
Hey,
I
John, I
do
just wanted to
appreciate your
say,
time.
yeah, man, I just want to say I appreciate what you do for the scene. I know that you told me that you're not a musician, but you know what? It's guys like you that keep the scene going. And I'm really appreciative of it, and I respect you for doing it, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome, sir.
So, Kevin, you have a good night. Keep thrashing, and we'll be in touch.
All right, you got it, John. You take care of yourself.
You too.
Bye-bye, bro.
Have a good one.